Hey everyone, my name is Seth. You are watching Grey on Tech TV, and if you have not done yet, so do hit that subscribe button and like the video if you really are engaging through my content. We are back again with another video relating to functions in Appian, and we are continuing with Appian append function today. So let's dive into append function and understand the functionality. So append function adds a value at the end of a list, and there are some conditions based on the type of the parent list that you're trying to append the value to. So let's see the append function practically. In one line definition, it is used to append a value to a list. The main name is self-explanatory append. So let's create local variables. Local bank test. There will be a local bank value, local bank result, and there will be a final value. So let's keep a local bank test as a list of value, local bank val as something, and local bank result will be append local bank local bank test with local bank value. Now the expected output is the parent list will be having the appended value, and the final result will be stored in local bank result. Let's see the result now. Click on test. Now we are having the six items. Sorry, we are having the 8 items as total, 7 items in the parent list, and the 8th item as a final value that is appending at the end, that is local bank val. Now there are a couple of conditions and classifications to be understanding. You should have that understanding relating to that. Let's see them practically. So if you are appending a single value, then it is appending the value at the end. So what if you are appending a value that is a list? So let's see now. Let's see the output. Does it cater 0 as a value? Yes, it is catering 0 as a value as well. Now all the items in the parent list and the secondary list as well as both are appended, and they are stored in local bank result. Now let's see another scenario. So what if instead of a single value as a same type as parent list, that is number integer in our case, we put up string. So the value is xxxccc whatever. It is a text value. Then instead of appending the value that should be in general case that should belong to the same type as the parent list type, it is not belonging because it is a string value right now. It will be a null. So this is the behavior of append function. So instead of this single value, what if we are having a list of strings? What if in this case, again, if they are not belonging to the same type, the append will happen, but the values will not be carried over because there is no casting, relativity between the parent list type and the value, or the list type in the secondary list. Now the third case, instead of a different type, so what if there is a heterogeneous case like 44, CV, and 66, and 45, and then CV, and then 66, 56, 34, and then again a string. Then what will happen? So here also again we can see in the resultant set that if it is not belonging to the same type as in the parent list, the null will be appended instead of carrying the values. The spots will be carried as values, but the actual value that is of a different type will not be carried over. Now another case. Let's keep the same list in local bank val, and let's keep this as an empty list now. Then what will happen? So if we are appending an empty list with a secondary value or a list of values, then it will be appended as it is. Now pay attention to this scenario. Because our parent list is local bank test, which is empty as of now, whatever is present in local bank val will be carried over as it is. In the previous example, we were seeing that instead of carrying the values of the list items, null were being carried over in the resultant set because there was comparison between local bank test and local bank val, because there was a comparison between your primary list, that is the list to append the value, and the value that you are trying to append. There was a comparison, but in this case there is no comparison because your parent list is empty. So if your parent list is empty, you can keep a heterogeneous list item and you can append them as it is. So this is again an exceptional scenario of how append works. Again, what if there is a third type involved? Let's see. So we are getting a third type as well. It is number integer and then it is a number decimal and it is a text. So with this, we understood that we can put a heterogeneous value in the appending list and we can keep a list so that the values can be retained. In general case, the append will only keep the values of the same type. The parent list should be of a specific will be of a specific type, obviously, if it is not empty. And if it is having a specific type value, the value to be appended or the values to be appended should belong to the same type, as they will be filling up null spots. I hope you're getting an understanding of my explanation. And let's see another scenario. What if we are just appending a single value? We will get a list of number integer because earlier it was an empty list and then we are appending it, so it is a list of number integer. With this, we understood that how the append works. For more information, you can grab the documentation page for Appian append function. We are having a couple of scenarios again here, kind of similar to what I've explained, but with a different set of examples. So if you're appending to a string, what will happen? It will return null. If you're appending to a null list, then what will happen? If you're appending multiple lists, what will happen? If you're appending an integer list to like if you're appending a decimal value to an integer list, then what will happen? And then again, the feature compatibility. So if you really like my explanation, drop a like and subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care.